Hi, Kelsey. Demetrius here. So here's this video I told you I'd put together for you. I just really just going to give you a little more in depth of what I do and how I do it. Building websites is just a small part of that, and building a website, is great. But if no one's seeing it, then essentially you have a you have a billboard on a dead end street. And so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how we can also not only give you a great looking website, but get it in the presence of people that can take you up on your services. So what I did is I typed in Wine Bar Bend, Oregon, and you'll notice here at the top there are three businesses that show up. We call this the map pack, right? And 70% of people that are searching on Google stop in the map pack, right? And understandably so. And in just a minute, I'll tell you how we can get flights into the map pack. And so there's a few things that allow a business to show up in this space. And one, obviously, is having a Google listing, which you guys do, and then having it fully optimized. And so that entails things like having your address, phone number, website, hours of service, and a full business description, which you can also integrate some keywords to help you rank. Then we have reviews, right? Reviews are the social proof that that you provide a good service or atmosphere and all of those things, right? And then last but not least, probably the most important is citations. And citations are anywhere that your name, address, and phone number show up on the web. Now, if you have a Facebook business page, that will give you a citation, and then directory listings such as Yelp or Dex Yellow Pages or a couple others. But there's literally thousands of places where you can get citations. Most businesses usually fall somewhere around, maybe 50, 75 citations tops. And so the more you can do and outdo the competition, better chance you stand of getting up here into the map pack. After that, we have organic listings, and those are businesses that have ranked their web pages. And so you notice here, Portello is sitting number 3 in the map pack, but they're also number 2 in the organic listings. And I'm going to go over that in just a moment and really hit on it, because the thing with Google is it's an open book test, and Google will show you the things that need to be done in order for you to not only compete but to start dominating in your local market. In this case, here in Bend, right? And so what I did is this is a little tool that I use that's called Ahrefs, and it gives me a snapshot and lets me kind of do some forensics on particular web pages, and in this case, Portello. And so this shows me keywords that they're ranking for, and obviously they're ranking for their brand name, which has a monthly search of about 50, and them sitting in position 1 gets 16 hits a month to their site, right? And so what you can start doing is you look at various keywords and you look at the total volume, right? So Wine Bar Bend, Oregon gets 90 searches a month, right? And so when you're in the top 3 spots, you roughly get 30% of those searches to your site. And so while in the wine space it may be a little tougher to attribute conversions to that initially, down the road you can start getting a little more predictable as far as what sales and things can look like. It's a really great way to start having some predictable growth as your business starts to blossom. And so some of the things that attributes to ranking are, for one, content, which these guys, they don't have a whole lot of content. And Google generally likes to see anywhere between 500 to 1,000 words of content with the keywords that you're wanting to rank for, right? And again, I was mentioning how Google's an open book test. And so if these guys are, sitting in the number 2 spot and aren't doing a couple of these key performance indicators that I'm mentioning, that tells me that this is potentially some low-hanging fruit, and that you guys could get in here relatively quick and start dominating this space. Now, one thing that you'll have against you is reviews, and we'll have to get those things up. And, if you guys are doing what you intend to do, I don't see that being a problem, right? It's pretty easy to get 33 reviews, over the course of several months. Back to their site, right? Content is key, right? Integrating some of these keywords that you want to rank for, right? Like wine bar, Bend, Oregon, and a handful of others, which we can talk about at a later date. And then also call to action, right? Because if people are looking for a wine bar, you know that they already are wanting your service. But how do they get a hold of you, right? And so you notice here these guys do not have a call to action above the fold, right? It's kind of in their page tabs here. They have a contact us, but if most people are looking from their phone, and so if I am on mobile and I don't see a way on how to get a hold of you, that's just gonna click the call. I'm gonna go to the competitor, right? And so having a phone number at the top of the fold will be very helpful, right? Because some people want to call, they want to see kind of what hours are, maybe what particular wines you might have, and might want to ask questions. People love to ask questions, right? They don't always want to leave it up to to just looking at a website. The next thing is backlinks, and backlinks are essentially votes to your site, but not all votes are created equal, and backlinks are weighted on relevance. And so the best way to explain that is the more relevant the backlink, the more votes you get. So let's say if you're linking to another wine bar in, let's say, Napa or Los Angeles or Miami, you're going to get more votes than if you were linking to, say, Pizza Hut, right? Because you're in the business of wine and not selling pizzas. And so you look here and you notice that Portello, these metrics here are based out of a score of 0 to 100, right? Obviously, the stronger the site is. And so the fact that these guys are have an 11 UR and a 9 DR, which are trust flow and citation flow, right? So how much traffic is actually going to their site and things like that, is fairly low. That also tells me that could get into the space and start dominating it without putting a whole lot of effort in. So you look here and you'll see that out of 123 backlinks, only 59 are actually sending votes to their site, right? And so they're roughly getting 81 hits of traffic a month to their site, but the traffic value here is 0, which means this is a tool, but just looking at it tells me that most of their traffic or business is coming from their Google listing, not from organic, right? And so the goal is we want to get flights into the map pack, right? So key takeaways are citations, right? Name, address, and phone number to get into this space and get some rankings. Reviews, not rankings, excuse me. And then as far as the website, content, using the keywords that you want to rank for, which I can provide a list of those, and backlinks, right? Votes to your site. So those are the 3 takeaways. And then obviously we can provide the build out of the site. That's just a matter of getting together and going into more detail over those things. But I just wanted to share that with you to let you know that there is some opportunity for you to to become a major player in the wine bar space here in Central Oregon. Hopefully that was helpful, and talk to you soon. Thanks.